Okay, hold on. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kayla M. So I'm back. I feel like I haven't sat down and talked to y'all in forever because I've been doing so much vlogs. But today I'm back with another Girl Talk video. This is Girl Talk episode 4, I believe. And this topic is going to be about how to have safety as women. Like how to be cautious, you know, how to watch your surroundings, stuff like that. Because I've been seeing a lot of stuff in the news about things that are happening to women. So I just wanted to do a video about how as women we should be cautious and should be safe about what's going on, you know, around us. Before we get started, please remember to like and then subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notifications on so you're notified when all my new videos come out. Y'all, don't mind my lash. Like, it's always that one lash that like come out all the way, and then this lash is like so full. Y'all see the difference? It looks set up ghetto, but it's okay. Now let's get into the video. All right, so tip number 1, I forgot to tell y'all. Yeah, this is how I know I haven't done a Girl Talk video in forever, because I forgot to tell y'all how many tips I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing 5 tips about how to stay safe as a woman, because as women, we need to be staying safe in this world. There's a lot of craziness going on. These men are losing their minds every day. So I just want my ladies to be safe and to be cautious of who you're around and everything, okay? So let's go into tip number 1. Okay, so tip number 1 is to avoid going places by yourself at night or like alone. For example, like if you're with your friends or you're at like a club or something, you should always bring your friends with you. Like if you want to go to the gym or something at night, bring a friend with you, bring a group of friends with you for better safety. But you should never go places alone, especially as a woman. Like so many things can happen. Like never go places alone. Like don't go to the gas station alone. Like if you have to go to a store alone at night, just go to a store that has a lot of light. Like go to somewhere that has like a parking lot that people can see you if something happens. Like don't go to like a disclosed area or like a disclosed store at night, or like stay away from like gas stations by yourself at night, especially like those creepy gas stations. Like y'all know those creepy gas stations, like those gas stations you just can't trust going at night. Like yeah, stay away from those. Like don't go to those type of gas stations at night. Just be really cautious at night. Like for example, like just always have friends with you if you plan to go anywhere at night. Just always have somebody with you. Or if you do have to go somewhere at night and you're just kind of scared of the area you're in, call a friend, have them stay with you on the phone the whole time. But just always have like somebody with you, especially at night. And especially like if you're in like a rough area, just always have like a partner with you. Another tip that can go into this is like for most companies, you do have to work late, like you know past 10 or like past 11. So if you do have to work late and you know you don't feel comfortable, you know, like going to your car by yourself, or you know just walking out to the parking lot, call somebody. Like call your sister, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family, like your mom, your dad. Just call somebody to stay on the phone with you while you walk to wherever you gotta walk to. So just never go to places alone. Just always have somebody with you, especially as a female. Just always have a friend. Always just have somebody you can call on if you just feel like scared, or if you know you gotta walk somewhere alone at night. Just always like call somebody, have somebody on standby that you can call, that you know they're gonna answer. Just never be alone at night as a female. It's really dangerous. It's really crazy. A lot of things happen at night that people won't be able to save you because you know it's at night. Sometimes you could be like in a deserted area, no light. And that's another thing, like stay in places that have light. Like if you gotta go to like the gas station at night, don't go to a sketchy gas station. Go to a gas station that's lit up, that got all those lights, that's actually got, you know, people going in and out, that's actually like functioning. So if something happens, people are around to like help you or save you. But don't go to like a sketchy gas station or just like anywhere sketchy at night that doesn't have any like, that's basically like abandoned, that doesn't have any like light or anything. That's just like putting yourself at danger, because you don't know what could be around you, who could be watching you. You know, if something happens to you, nobody's gonna be around to help you. So just always go somewhere that you know is noticeable. Like go somewhere that people could, if something was to happen to you, people could be like, oh, I saw that girl, I saw the man, like something like that. Just always go somewhere that's like bright, like go somewhere that's like lit up, basically. Okay, hold on. Okay, tip 2 is to share your location with your friends or your family. It is really important to share your location for safety reasons. Like if something was to happen to you, they can have your location. For example, I have my location shared with my boyfriend and a few of my friends, but it's not for like some people look at sharing your location as being nosy or being in each other's businesses or not or something like that. But no, it's safely for secure reasons, like safety reasons, to make sure they're okay. Like just to make sure that if anything was to happen, I could check the location and be like, okay, they were there at this time. This is where they're at now. This is where they was, last seen. Just always have your location shared with somebody just for safety reasons. So yeah, let's say you just go out with a new guy that you don't really know of and you just want to be certain that you're going to be okay. You can share your location with your friends before you go out, so that way they can know where you are. They can know, like where this guy is taking you. If anything was to happen to you, they can be like, he took her here, this is where she's at now. So you should always share location with your friends and family. You guys, it shouldn't be looked at as being nosy or bringing each other's businesses, because honestly, I do not look at my friend's location unless it's needed. Like I've had my location shared with my friends for over 2 years, and I do not look at it unless it's needed. So y'all don't look at it as like being in each other's businesses. Just look at it as like a more like safety reasons, especially as girls and your girl group of friends. Y'all should always share each other's location, so if anything was to happen, or y'all could always just be alert on like each other's whereabouts. So like if anything was to go wrong, y'all could be like, okay, this is where she at, let's go see what's going on, like something like that. Just always share location with somebody to just to make them feel better about your whereabouts, basically. Another example of this can be like, let's say you're not answering your phone, or like, your family can't get in touch with you, your friends can't get in touch with you. They could be like, oh, this is her location, she's at home, she probably asleep, something like that. Just always share your location with somebody. I'm not telling you to share your location with the whole world, you're not gotta do all that, but just share with like one person. Like you can share with like your mom, or if you like don't want your parents, I guess, like in your business or whatever, you can share with like one of your closest friends. You can share with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Just share it with somebody, so that way somebody always knows that you're okay. Like just don't be out, with like I said, if you're on a date with a new guy, don't just be out with the new guy and like nobody like knows where you at, nobody knows where he's taking you. Like just let people know that. That's one way to stay safe as a woman. Just always let people know like what's going on with you. I'm not saying have people all in your business, but as friends, you gotta be willing, like as friends, family, you gotta be willing to open up to people and let them like be there for you. Let them be cautious about you, make sure you're okay. So I would definitely recommend always sharing your location with somebody, so that way if anything was to happen to you, they can always go back to your location. If they can't get in touch with you, they can always go back to your location. Even if you can't get in touch with them, you can always go to their location. Just always share your location with at least one person. If not one person, share with like 2 people. Just always share your location with somebody, so somebody always knows that you're okay, and you can make sure that they're okay as well. Okay, so tip number 3 is a really important tip, especially as a female. Protect yourself. Like if you gotta get a gun, get that gun, okay? Like if you gotta go to a gun range, teach yourself how to shoot that gun, go to a gun range. Just always protect yourself. Like as ladies, you should carry like pepper spray, a taser. If you live like in an area, like a city type area where it's like a lot of like homeless people, it's a lot going on, it's a lot of dark areas, I would definitely recommend you carry a pocket knife. Like do what you gotta do. I'm not saying go out here and just start stabbing the girl, but do what you gotta do. Like you gotta protect yourself, like especially in cities like this. Like you really have to protect yourself, like especially in a city like where I live, like Atlanta. It's been having a lot of like women crime lately, so just always protect yourself. Like carry your mace, carry your pepper spray. Those are her hands. Yeah, carry that. Carry your taser. Carry your little mini pocket knife if you got one. Carry a gun if you're licensed to. I would not recommend y'all just walk around with a gun. But especially if you live alone, as a woman, you should definitely have a gun. Like no ifs, ands, buts about it. Like that's one thing I feel like as a woman you should definitely have, because being a woman is very scary, especially if you live in like a city type area where it's a lot going on, where it's just like, a hectic environment, I definitely do recommend that you got to protect yourself 10 times more, because you're like exposed to that hectic environment. So definitely protect yourself. Definitely buy what you got to buy to protect yourself. Don't let anybody, influence you or tell you that as a woman you don't know how to like handle those type of things. You know how people society likes to downplay women, like we don't know how to do nothing. Don't let society downplay y'all. Like, do what y'all gotta do. If you gotta learn how to shoot a gun, go to a gun range every other week, go to a gun range every day. Just do what you gotta do to protect yourself, because at the end of the day you have to do what you gotta do to protect yourself. So especially if you live alone, my ladies, get some type of protection. I highly recommend you get a firearm, you get something to protect yourself, so that way if anything was to happen, you can defend yourself. Especially if you let's say if you live in the city and you have to walk home at night, I definitely recommend you get pepper spray or a taser or a mini little pocket knife or something, just something to defend yourself. So that way if you ever put in a horrible situation like that, you can defend yourself. And another way you can defend yourself is it has what are they called? It has those classes you can take, those self-defense classes you can take, and you can learn how to fight off an intruder or something like that. It has stuff like that you can do. I highly recommend you do all that if you're really, because some people are really scared of society. They're really paranoid about what's going on, especially what they put on the news and stuff. So if you got to do all that, protect yourself by all means necessary. If you want to go to a self-defense class, learn how to learn how to fight the criminal off, or teach them the ways that they teach you to fight the criminal off, then yes, I highly recommend you do that. But always protect yourself, protect the others around you. But as a woman, especially a woman, you should always protect yourself. Just do what you gotta do to protect yourself. Don't let society make you feel as a woman, we don't know how to protect ourselves, because we do. Okay, we do. And just do whatever you gotta do, once again, to protect yourself, because I don't want nothing to happen to my beautiful ladies out there. So just do whatever you gotta do. Take that class, buy that firearm, buy that pepper spray, buy that taser. Just take all those steps to protect yourself. I'm gonna say that a lot in this video, protect yourself, but this is what the topic is about, just protecting yourself as a woman. So next tip. Okay, more tips that can, more examples that could play into the protecting yourself tip is to, one, if you live alone, have extra locks on your door, because for most apartments they give you one little janky, two little janky locks, and call that safety or whatever. No, if you need to add on more locks to your doors, you can do that. Even if you can't personally don't want to get fined, I guess, for ruining the properties door, whatever, they have little stuff from Amazon that you can buy and attach it to your door, and it adds on an extra lock or an extra safety lock on it, so that way your door is protected 10 times more than it probably was. So so if you live alone as a woman, I highly recommend that you add more locks. You add those bolt locks, so that way if they break the first two locks, they gotta get through that bolt lock as well. And then I highly recommend you have cameras. Cameras is so important, especially as a woman living alone. Have cameras all around your house, the front door, the back door, your windows. If you live in an apartment, I highly recommend you have those ring lights that you can see who's at your door, you can talk to them, hear what they're saying, stuff like that. I highly recommend you get those ring lights. Those ring lights are really popular now. You see them in a lot of areas, and you see a lot of them. I have a ring light myself. We have a ring light in my house. We have one the front door, the side door. So I highly recommend you get a ring light, so you can see what's going on around your house. And then add cameras in as well. If you don't want cameras inside your house, put them outside your house, so that way you can see what's going on around your house. Peep your neighbors too. That's another thing. That's not a tip I added in there, but that could be a tip. Peep your neighbors. See who is around you. Especially if you're a woman living alone, you need to peep your neighbors. See how they move. See if they be bringing too much people around. Just see when you live, especially as a woman, when you're living alone in an apartment. you need to peep your neighbors, see who you're living by, you know, because if anything was to happen to you, boom, 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 the police are going to them first, because like they're your neighbors, like they're supposed to know, you know, like what's going on with you. So definitely, if you live alone as a female, I definitely recommend that you like, you know, use your little spy senses to just like see how your neighbors move, you know, see the type of like people they are, see if they like are like, see if they like are, how would I describe it? See if they're like, I won't say like violent people, but see if they're like, you know, those type of people you gotta watch, basically. Just be observant of your neighbors. Okay, back to my tip I was talking about. Okay, so yeah, I definitely recommend you have a ring light. I definitely recommend you have cameras, so that way you can see what's going around your house. You can see who's at your door before you even walk to the door. You know, you can talk to them, they can talk to you, you can hear their conversations, stuff like that. Just always have cameras. Like, we in 2021. It's time for cameras. Like, have cameras all around your house, even with my males as well. Like, it's just so important to have cameras, regardless if you live alone or if you're living with your family, with your kids and stuff. Just always have cameras for extra protection. And you should always have an alarm system. I know in some apartments you can't have alarm system. This is mostly like for houses or stuff like that. But if you're able to have an alarm system, I highly recommend you have one. You know, lock that house up. If one little movement goes off, set that alarm off. It's better to be, you know, set an alarm off and be, you know, protected against, you know, whatever is going on. But I highly recommend, you know, get cameras, have like a ring light, have an alarm system if you're able to. And another thing, do not have, you know how some people like to live in houses that have the whole window like seen inside their house. I would not recommend living in a house where the window shows so much access into your house, because like people can see inside your house. Like, some people like the big window idea, because, you know, gives them like natural sunlight, you know, stuff like that. But if your big windows are showing like your entire bedroom, your entire living room, can show you in the bathroom, like that is not okay. Like, you need to like put some curtains up or some blinds up or something. But I definitely do think that having big windows is the access, you know, to like stuff happening, because it's like they can see everything that's going inside your house. So as women living alone, you should always have like blinds, you should have like curtains, you should just have stuff up so that way people can't see solely into your house, especially at nighttime when it gets dark. My ladies, please remember to close your windows, like especially if you have your light on. Light reflects, so the people, you may not be able to see the people outside, but they can definitely see what's going on inside. So when it starts to get dark, my ladies, please make sure that you close your windows, especially in your bedrooms, especially in your bathrooms. If you're like facing the road, please make sure that you close everything up, you know, lock your doors and everything. Just keep yourself safe. Like, just be like observant of the stuff, of like what's going on around you, of like the people living around you. And like, when it's dark, close those windows, you know, close those blinds, make sure your door is locked. Just, you know, like secure your house. You know, you're by yourself, so just secure yourself and like secure your house. Okay, tip number 4 is a really important tip, my ladies. Be observant. Like, watch your surroundings, like watch who you're around. If you're in like a new setting and you've never been there before and you really don't know these people, like peep them out. Like, you know, like when you first walk in a room and like this is like somewhere new you've been, you don't know what's going on, you automatically walk in, and like I think it's just like our senses as humans, we just start like scoping the place out. Like, we just start like seeing, like, you know, just start looking at everybody, you know, just feel the vibe in the area, you know, just feel. Your spirit always tells you like stuff. Like, listen to your spirit. If your spirit is telling you like you don't need to be here, go home. Like, your spirit always tells you so. You should always listen to your spirit. But like, if you're in a new like environment, you're in a new setting, watch your surroundings. Like, peep out the area before you like, you know, get comfortable and, you know, start relaxing there. Just always peep out the area and like peep out the, you know, like the people you're gonna be around, basically. Okay, this is a really important tip to add on to this tip about being observant, especially if you're in the club. My ladies, be observant of the guys you're around. Don't ever let a guy bring you a drink. That's red flag number 1. Don't ever let a guy bring you a drink and you did not see where he got that drink from. Don't ever do that, because the 2 seconds that he got the drink from the bartender and bringing it to you, he could have dropped something in your drink and now he could have drugged you or something like that. Don't ever accept a drink from a guy that you didn't see the bartender make with your own eyes. If a guy offers to buy a drink for you, go to the bar with him, watch the bartender make the drink, and take the drink from the bartender. Don't even let the guy touch it. He can touch his card when he's paying, but don't let the guy touch it. Just grab the drink from the bartender. Don't let that guy even touch it. Don't ever just take a drink from a guy and you don't know where the drink come from. That is red flag number 1 you can make to get drugged and to, stuff happening to you at parties. Don't ever take a drink from a guy you don't know. Don't ever do that. Like, if a guy offers to buy you a drink, that's cool, whatever. Let the guy buy you a drink, but go to the bar with him so you can see that bartender pour that drink and then grab the drink from the bartender. Like, don't ever let a guy be like, I'm gonna buy you a drink, and then he brings the drink to you. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. Don't ever drink that drink, because something could be in that drink. And then with these new little drugs that they're doing to poison women, it's like you can't even notice. You can't even see that anything is wrong with your drink. It's like dilutes in the alcohol, and that's red flag number 1. Then you drink, he took the drink, you drunk the drink, and now you're you're poisoned or whatever, basically. So yeah, just don't ever let a guy bring you a drink. If you want to accept a drink from a guy, just make sure you go to the bar with him so you can see what he's pouring, what is in your drink. Don't ever accept a drink from a guy that he just brought out the blue and be like, here, I got you this drink. What's in the drink? Don't ever do that, my ladies, because that's how a lot of ladies, a lot of girls get drugged just by drinking something they don't even know. To be honest, you have your own liquor. You should be pouring your own drinks. Go to the bartender and get your own drinks. While you at the bar, if he want to buy you a drink, that's cool. But at the end of the day, always have your own drink. Always have your own cup. And don't ever, this is a good tip when you're in a party, don't ever put your cup down and pick it up and just resume drinking like nothing. No. If you put that cup down, put that cup away and just take another cup. Especially if you put that cup down around people you don't even know. Don't pick that cup back up and start drinking, because you don't know what could be in that cup. You don't know what if anybody could just boop, drop the pill, walk away and put that in your cup. If you left your cup and you went to the bathroom, you left your cup at the bar, when you come back, buy another drink, because you don't need to be drinking that. Because while you was at the bathroom, somebody could have just boop, dropped a little pill in there, and now you drugged. You waking up, you don't know what's going on. You start feeling lightheaded, you start feeling dizzy, the room start spinning while you at the club. That's how you know you got drunk. So if you ever lose your cup, or you ever rest your cup somewhere, you go to the bathroom, when you come back, get a new cup. Ask the bartender for a new drink, because you don't need to be drinking whatever you left there, because it could be something in there. And like I said, these new drugs are very, very diluted, so it could be something in your drink and you don't even know that something is in your drink. That's how well blended in they are with the with the alcohol and everything. So my ladies, especially if you go to the bar and you're with your friends or whatever, just don't ever accept a drink from a guy if you didn't see where the drink came from. And don't ever leave your cup unattended at a party. Always have your cup with you. Always have your cup in your hand, close by. Don't be partying with your cup in your hand, because somebody could boop, drop that in there, and now something could be your cup. It's so many ways to get drugged at a party, you guys don't even know. So that's why it's always so safe to have a cup, and always have, if you can, have a lid on your cup, so that way it's kind of harder to put something in your drink, because you have a lid on it. So always have something on your cup. Just always have a lid if you can, but just always keep your cup close by. And if you ever do leave your cup unattended, when you come back, just get a new cup. Throw that cup away and just get a new cup, because you don't know what substance can be in that cup. Okay, so tip number 5 is a really important tip, as my ladies. Watch who you call your friends. When you go out with your group of girlfriends, peep how they treat you. when y'all are around crowds, when you're like drunk, see how they take care of you and stuff like that. Because in most situations, it's your own friends who set you up for danger, to be honest. So go out. If you go out with a group of friends and you don't feel comfortable getting drunk around them because you don't think they'll take care of you when you're drunk, then you don't need to be hanging around them. You don't need to be calling them your friends, because they won't protect you if you were put in a situation where you are at harm. You should always be around females who, if you were to get passed out drunk, they would be like, okay, it's time for us to go. Let me take her home. Like, let's go home. Like, no, she passed out drunk. She can't do this no more. Like, let's take her home. That's the type of friends you need to be around. Like, friends that will protect you and not put you in any, like, form of harm, basically. You don't need any friend that's gonna like set you up or put you in like a risky situation for something to happen to you. Like I said, like, observe your friends, like observe how they treat you when you're drunk. Like, if you like are passed out drunk and you over here like, and you're walking by yourself, if they just let you walk away, they don't like come grab you, they don't be like where you're going, like they'll be like, okay, let's take her home and she's out of it. They are not your friends. Like, you need friends who are gonna be like alert for you as well. Like, if you get like too drunk or whatever, they're friends who like will take care of you, be there for you, be in attendance for you, just like be by your side if anything was to like, if you were getting like too drunk. And you do the same for your friends. Like, if you see your friend getting too drunk and you're like, nah, she can't do this right now, and you noticing like the vibes off, then it's just like you grab your girls and you're like, all right, let's bounce, like we done, like we're not doing this no more. And you just you peep the energy, like you just peep what's going on around you. So yeah, just always be around friends that you can trust, even when you're sober and when you're drunk. Like, just don't ever be around friends that'll put you in like a risky situation, or that'll put you in like a situation to get set up, because those are not your friends. And that's how many of these females end up in harmful situations, because they thought their friends were gonna like keep them safe, or like we're gonna help them, and they ended up turning their back on them and just abandoning them. You don't need friends like that. So that concludes my video. I hope you guys enjoyed my 5 tips. I know I didn't give you guys a lot of tips, but the 5 I gave you, I felt like were the most important and the ones that you guys needed to hear. If you guys have any extra tips, please leave them down below. As women, we have to stick together, so I would love to hear you guys' tips and interact with you guys about how we can protect our women. As always, be sure to like, comment any future videos you guys want to see, and subscribe so you can see more of me. Thank you guys for the continued support. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video was like a really important video, and I really want all my women, all my ladies to stay safe. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.